All right, we're here with Jack Mulcahy, and we're going to be talking about the film that's in the festival, The House on Cox Curve. It's a comedy, funny. It's got an ensemble cast. How did this come about to you? How did you get involved with it?
Well, the old saying is, first of all, how are you, CJ? Hope
I'm
everything's
doing,
well.
I'm doing good. Hopefully everything's good with you too.
Yeah, man, it's really good. The old saying is work begets work. So I had done a baseball movie right before that, and the sound engineer said, you should call this guy Eamon O'Rourke because there could be a part in this really weird, quirky kind of comedy that you might be right for. So I called the guy up, and we we hit it off immediately, and he offered me the role right on the phone. He was a fan of my work to begin with, and then after that, I met everybody else, and have since stayed in touch with them, which is great.
Yeah, and I love comedy. That's one of my favorites, and it's just crazy, wacky comedy kind of stuff. So you do everything.
Well, actors act, as they say, and yeah. So we spent 4 days out in the Hamptons.
Wow.
And which is not the worst location in the world. It was,
no, not at all.
Was
it summer? Was it the summer?
It was the end of May, early June. So it was like really, it was perfect. And we had a very intense crew. And once you see the film, I mean, you've seen it, but the art directing people came out 4 days beforehand to set the house up.
Wow.
And you can tell because they paid attention to every small detail. There were so many stickers and Post-it notes everywhere. And then they worked out the front yard and the backyard. And we just kind of settled in as soon as we got there. It was like going, oh my God, this is an amazing set to work on. Yeah. And then we had our first rehearsal and our entire ensemble cast, Claire Carpin and Lisa Younger and Amanda Brooke Lerner, who's also up for a Best Actress award.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And she's fantastic. And I had never met Amanda before, and I'd never worked with any of these people before.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty much how it came about. And then the thing is that the producer and the director kind of dropped the ball. Right? They didn't do anything with it. They didn't screen it anywhere. They didn't finish the color correction. There weren't even credits on it.
No.
And, just one day I was cleaning out a computer of mine because I was, I was upgrading to a new computer, and I'm like looking at all these files, and then I clicked on this, and I'm like, oh my God, this is such a good little film.
Yeah.
So I called Amanda. We got the credits done. We got the color correction done. We got the dates changed. So the first release was 2019.
Yeah.
And so now that it's like hitting the festivals and people are getting a taste of it, we're really, really excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were excited to show it in Asbury Park, but well, now more people can watch it. That's the
yes, exactly. It's going to be great.
So, and then afterwards, after all the films are done, we're going to have our crazy award show just live.
When is that, Sunday night?
Yeah, we really don't know what we're doing. We're just doing it.
Wing it, man. Nobody knows what they're doing, right?
We'll get the awards. We didn't even open up the boxes. We didn't get them yet, but we'll open them up on the spot.
That's so great. So great. It's like the old book title. Nobody knows anything.
Nobody knows. As we were going through it, and everyone's so busy doing so many different things during all this, and I'm like, we should interview as many people as we can. And they're like, all right, and then. Crunch time. Here I am going rapid fire, or one after the other.
Yeah, great. It's great. And then when you called to remind me, because I had actually forgotten about it, I'm like circling the block looking for a parking spot because I was out golfing all day. Oh. And
nice day. It was a nice day.
It was a perfect day for it. And there was nobody on the course because it's the day after Labor Day. So we got through it in 3.5 hours. But then I spent 45 minutes looking for a spot. So it kind of killed all the time that I thought I'd saved.
I was in school all day, but the kids aren't there yet. But I'm there just sitting on a computer doing stuff and preparing. Mm-hmm. So I of course I had to sneak outside my door because I don't have windows. I don't know how nice it is. So
wow,
I have that door that you can't see out of, but I opened it up and hanging outside, and then people saw me walking around. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I can't take it. I gotta walk around outside."
True.
Yeah,
it's true. I mean, especially on such a beautiful day. So, are you going to have in-person learning?
half and half.
Okay, you're going to do a hybrid.
Like part of the kids, like half the class will be in one day, half will be the next day.
Right.
And we're all online the next day, and then it's going to keep switching.
Right.
So,
right.
It's
so do you know what the blocks are? Or have the blocks been posted for the festival?
Yeah, we it's on our Facebook page as well as the website right now. It's there.
Okay.
And I don't remember offhand, but I know you're the comedy block. So I know that. I just forget because it used to be in a different venues, and now it's like stream 1, stream 2, stream 3.
Yeah.
3 streams going at all the same time from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Wow. Started Friday?
So Friday, we were just doing, it's kind of like the dry run. We're doing the student films. We're doing high school set, college set, and a little award show. So it's kind of our like, we practiced sort of it already. It looks good. It's going to be on StreamYard. So you click on here and it comes out pretty nice. And the funny thing is you can comment on the site.
Oh, I love that.
So people, like anyone from the film could be there, or filmmakers could comment. I didn't know this until we're like, oh, we're making it big on the screen. And then we're like, oh, if you make it a little smaller, like we can comment live. This is all because it's all live.
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
in the studio. We're basically just hitting play and recording it and showing it in the studio. But it's pretty good quality on StreamYard. So
yeah, it is. It's really
very
good.
safe. And I like that because people were like, "Oh, is it safe? Is this?" I said, "It's going to be on live once, and then no one's going to be able to record it, see it. You can't do it. I'm the only one that can record, and I'm recording right now, and it's a really cool service."
Well, you know what's strange is that this year I've had 4 films in like 20 different film festivals.
Wow.
You know, Catalina, Series Fest, we've got like, just like so many of them. And I always say it's a really bad year to have great films there, right?
Yep.
Because, half the point of film festivals is intermingling and connecting and talking to people and enjoying other people's films and then talking to them directly about it. Because I've gotten work from film festivals, as you can imagine. And
me too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so part of our culture. It's part of what we do.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just the filmmaking, which is fabulous and in and of itself, but it's about the connection to the other artists that you may not normally, you just go see a film and then you leave, but these film festivals really make it so that you can like really get up close and personal and just, people walk up to me all the time. It's like, hey man, I loved you in that film. How did that come about? And you love to tell these stories because this feeds, other filmmakers' desires, right? And their hopes and their dreams. And it's like, hey, you can do it too. I always tell the story about Sundance, it's like, get it done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great story too. I love that
story. It's a great story.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest independent feature stories ever.
And then, we have, we have Ed Burns there with your film there in Sundance. I think it was, what was it, 95?
95, yeah. Mm-hmm.
In 94, which Clerks.
That's right.
Where we're from.
That's
and
right.
That movie did the same thing.
That's right. Exactly.
Black and white out of nowhere, $28,000.
Exactly. I mean,
2 years in a row, Sundance just killed it with Jersey, New York.
Right? Sundance at that point was like getting a little too big for its own britches, right? And then they get Clerks and Brothers McMullen back to back, 2 less than $30,000 budgeted films. Those are really what independent filmmaking is all about.
Yeah, and people talk about those to this day all the time.
All the time.
Just became iconic. I mean,
yeah.
Half the guys that work with us are from the Clerks days or
University. I know. And I love Brian. Brian and I stay in touch on Facebook and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the ensemble cast, you were talking a little bit about them from the film. They did such a great job. And was everyone kind of like in the comedy or no? Just actors and kind of doing their thing?
Well, Amanda had a long, track record in comedy and in theater. But Claire, who played my wife, she has been a theater woman, all her life. And this was like stepping outside of her comfort zone. And she was just terrific. I mean, she just absolutely delivered the goods. And when you're working with people who are just so superb, it raises your game as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa was terrific. And the one Lisa's love interest, he had never ever acted before. He was a musician, Jake, and Sunshine and Lightning. Her husband, he's an acting teacher. He's never really done all that much work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he was the director's teacher at St. Anne's in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
So when it came time for Eamon to do the film, he remembered him and he said, "Hey, I want to put you in the movie.
Oh, that's
You don't have any lines because you don't have a tongue." But
that's what I'm hoping for one day. One of my film students will be like, come back to me after they graduate and be like, "I'm putting you in our movie." I'm like, all right.
exactly. We invest in our youth.
Yeah.
That's why I work with, I love working with young filmmakers.
Absolutely.
And I do a lot of it. As a matter of fact, I read for a USC film yesterday.
Oh,
so just submitted it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really cool.
And you're working with, still working with SAG and all that, right? Busy times right now with all this. Is it preparing to
with everything ramping back up? Yeah, we have to make sure that everybody's COVID compliant, right? We can open up to 25 people on a set at one time.
Oh.
That's cast and crew included. No more than 5 vehicles if you are at a location like that. But slowly but surely, we are, starting to shoot these kinds of things. Some people are going as far as to quarantine if the shoot is that much longer, right? Like Tyler Perry, built an entire village, and he had people living there for 14 days to quarantine, and then they went to town. And, it just happened, actually.
I heard that I was talking to someone else, and they said, I think today a lot of production started in Atlanta today. A lot of shows.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, again,
we got all the New York shows. What's going to happen there?
Well, October 5th, it looks like Blue Bloods is going back in, and it looks like I may have a recurring on that.
Oh, wow.
Right. So I'll reprise my role from 2018. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Bob Closey and I have become very, very tight, and he's put in a good word for me. So
I used to, a long time ago when I was doing, I was playing a cop on a recurring cop background guy on the show Forever. It was right next to the set for Blue Bloods. So I would see everybody over there all the time. And I was like, I had my cop uniform. I was like, I'll sneak over to this show.
Yeah.
But I like that area where they film. I love it.
On Greenpoint? Oh, my God. They're shooting 9 shows there. It was crazy. It's crazy. The day that I was shooting, I'm standing on the street corner, and one of the production assistants comes up to me and he goes, I think the green room is upstairs. I said, I'm a principal. He goes, oh, then let me bring you to your room, right? So we go to the room and everything. Then everybody's just so incredibly professional. I mean, we never even got mic'd, right? Because when you're in the room, there's so many microphones on these studio sets.
Yeah,
never mic'd. And it was such a nice freedom, right? You don't have to worry about giving your mic back or anything like that. And it was just, so super professional.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun in that area, and I was like, man, I missed that a little bit. I haven't done that in a while. But I was like, oh man, if I could bring students to a set like that one day, it'd be so much fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they would love it.
Yeah.
They would really love it.
But so anything else going on for you? You got anything upcoming? Are you starting to film?
Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, on Friday, I'm producing a web series called The Show. And it's about a really, really bad Central Park softball team called the Foul Balls. And this year is different for them because they always finish in last place. And so the managers of the 2 teams that are always at the bottom, they're brothers, and they can't stand each other. And this year, whoever finishes last has to go to the Staten Island League. The next year. So that's what that's all about. And we're having our very first full cast reading on Friday in Heckscher in Central Park.
Oh,
so
great.
Really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Were you preparing? Were people meeting on here on the internet and talking about it?
Yeah, I mean, but we had it moving. We were about to release the GoFundMe for the financing, like the week before the COVID thing hit.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to release it the day that baseball was supposed to open.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, opening day.
Now, at least we got baseball back.
Yeah, we got some baseball.
I'm watching it over here and watching the Mets stink up the place. But
oh my God, don't talk to me about stinking up the place. The Yankees are terrible.
They're not doing too well either. No.
Oh, they're just awful.
I'm like, this is the time where I turn off baseball, but I'm like, I have to watch it because there hasn't been baseball in months. So.
I know. I mean, we watch summer. And that's why every time I go out and play golf, I've only played golf like 4 or 5 times this year, right? But I'm feeling like I lost my summer, and I haven't swung a bat.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a little bit of batting practice on Friday. So I'm really excited about that.
Wow, yeah. That's great. So that's going to be a web series.
It's going to be a web series. We have 7 episodes in the can, ready to go, and it's really, really funny stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's great. That's awesome. Yeah. Love a good baseball, softball kind of story.
Oh yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. And then there's 3 other features that I'm going to be producing. Those are like multi-million-dollar productions, but those went away for a while.
Yeah,
because of everything, and they're going to be biopics of sports figures. The first 2 are going to be Payne Stewart, the famous golfer, and Bobby Allison, the famous NASCAR driver.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So we should we should be starting to ramp that up pretty soon now. So we'll see.
That'd be great.
A lot of great stuff, man.
Filming in different areas, obviously, right?
Yeah, Payne Stewart will probably be down in the North Carolina area, and the Bobby Allison thing will probably be down in the Georgia vicinity. So
yeah. If you keep him busy, that's good.
Yeah, man, it's been great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great talking to you and catching up with you for a few minutes here.
Always.